Guys, I wasn't live. I was not live. Guys, that just shows how competent I am. I am so competent. I had my YouTube thing right there, but it wasn't set up. It wasn't live. I cannot believe this. Oh my god. This won't happen again. I promise you guys this won't happen again. But this whole time I was just commentating. I'm like, okay, this is happening in the game. And I talked about other things too. I talked about other results that have been going on. I've been talking about, myself as an AFC Wimbledon fan and how I became an AFC Wimbledon fan, and how I used to support Man United. Actually, now that I mentioned that, I'll explain. So I used to be a Man United fan. The very first game I watched from them was in 2011, the Champions League against Barcelona. I was at a friend's house. I just watched them. I'm like, okay. I was a huge Cristiano Ronaldo fan back then, and then when he went to Real Madrid, I started to support them. But I kind of had this coexisting relationship with both Real Madrid and Manchester United, where I kind of supported both at the same time. You can call me a glory hunter all you want, but I started to lose passion over time for Man United. I'm like, because in the end, I was only following them to kind of, because for one, I was a Cristiano Ronaldo fanboy back in the day when I was a kid, and second, I would only continue following them to kind of stay in the friend circle, and because a lot of my friends were Man United, Chelsea, whatever, Arsenal fans. So I would support Man United to kind of stay within that friend circle, and to talk to them about football and the Premier League and whatnot. But when I played FIFA 16 career mode and I started following Wimbledon, it was only then when I found out about the story of Milton Keynes, buying out the club and relocating to Milton Keynes. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate Milton Keynes universally as a club. I mean, I don't like what they did, and I don't dislike every single fan. The ones that have tried to separate themselves from the situation and they're just supporting their local club, I respect that. But it's the fans that rub it in the faces, rub it in our faces and say we are the real Wimbledon. Technically, you guys are on paper. I will concede that point, but it's still bitter. Still leaves a salty taste in my mouth. Yeah, so there are only a small portion of MK Dons fans that I don't like. The ones that relish in just being a dick, really, if I'm honest. The ones that have tried to separate themselves from the situation, though, are fine by me. Are the ones that have just tried to separate themselves from the history of Wimbledon and from the name itself. Dons comes from Wimbledon, and of course the Dons have become a part of Milton Keynes' history as well, because that's their name, Milton Keynes Dons, even though they took it from us. It's a part of their history now. So I'm not going to be as salty about that. You took our name. You're not the real Dons. I did express that sentiment in my first video where I reacted to the Plymouth Argyle game in which they choked a 4-2 lead. But I still don't like Milton Keynes Dons. I don't. But I don't hate it universally. The fans that just want to support their local club, I'm fine with. But anyway, second half starting here, and I'm live this time, guys. From now on, if I do streams, this is not going to happen again. I didn't realize that there was a big go live button on the top right of my screen. But anyway, I'm here. I'm here to stay. And basically, the overall summary of the first half was first 20-25 minutes of the half was somewhat entertaining. Chances created from Wimbledon mainly. Milton Keynes, they had a couple of like half chances. They would play the ball out wide to Sorinola quite a bit, and he's been dangerous. Callum Baye has gotten caught defensively on several occasions, but Milton Keynes Dons hasn't really had any clear-cut chances. Wimbledon have had a couple. One of them being from McLaughlin running down the wing and getting a crossover to Piggott, who tried to head it into the near post, tried to extendo neck it, but didn't get his head on it too cleanly. It was just to the right of the post. But I also mentioned how McLaughlin has been one of the most consistent players for Wimbledon. Him, Piggott, and Thomas have been the big three so far this season for Wimbledon. They have been consistent. Thomas has been consistent defensively. Piggott has been absolutely on fire this season. He's bagged in a lot of goals so far. Been very clinical. And McLaughlin, such a dangerous threat, running down the line, providing balls in the box, very pacey. Also has a very good work rate defensively. That's one thing I'll say about McLaughlin. There have been a couple of times when our back three has been caught sleeping, and McLaughlin is just there. He's hounding the player on the ball, and that's what I like to see from the outside mids, especially when we play a 3-5-2. You know, that's what I like to see. McLaughlin and Seddon, both very good defensive work rates, and also I mentioned before when the game started, before I realized I wasn't live, I mentioned how Hardigan is making his start, or he started today, and that's what I like to see too. Hardigan in the beginning of the season, he was on the bench at times, and he would make way for Ethan Chislett. Chislett is a decent player too. He didn't have his best game last time out though against Blackpool. Luckily, we got the win anyway. But Chislett is good coming off the bench. You know, he provides some fresh legs. Very, very pacey individual. Maybe not super pacey, but you know, he's quick on the ball. He's agile, and bright young player. I'd say him coming off the bench would be better though. Hardigan is a bit more of an established AFC Wimbledon player. He knows the side. He has good chemistry with some of the players. So I think Anthony Hardigan starting is not a bad option. But anyway, let me put the timer down actually, because it's already 2 minutes or 3 minutes into the half. So 48 minutes. Okay, so now we got the timer down. 48:01. Wait, where is it? Oh shit! My timer disappeared. Ah! Technical difficulties. Okay, now I got the timer. My bad. Yeah, for those of you just coming in now, I apologize. I didn't get the first half on stream because I didn't realize I wasn't live. So here I am. I'm here to stay. I mean, the first half really wasn't the best. The last 25 minutes of that half was just really boring. And I just rambled on a lot. That's kind of my nature. I just like to talk out of my ass sometimes whenever nothing happens, whenever something becomes boring. So yeah, the game itself hasn't been the most entertaining so far, even though the scoreline says otherwise. Hopefully this half will pick up. And I am watching it on my phone because for some reason the match center won't work on my computer. And I'll also try to be as descriptive as possible with the play-by-play, because I know some people are not able to watch the game because they don't have iFollow. Because iFollow is a bit expensive. Outside the US, it's like $170 something for a season pass, and $7 a game if you want to buy it individually, it's nuts. It is absolutely nuts. If you live in the UK, I don't think you can buy the season pass. You can only buy match passes, which doesn't make sense, because if you're in the UK, don't you have more incentive to actually buy the season pass? Because you're from the UK, you're more than likely to be a fan of some lower league club. There aren't too many fans outside of the UK that are going to follow a League One team. But I digress a little bit on that point. I paid $170 for the season pass. I'm the one crazy enough to do that, but I am a full-fledged Womble. I'm a fan, and I will be a Womble until I die. But anyway, 50 minutes into the game. Let's see. And also my chair's broken. So every now and again you'll see me kind of lower and like go like this. But I have to sit on the left side of my chair in order for the chair to not go down. So until I get a new chair, this is what I have to deal with, unfortunately. And also, I want to point out too. Okay, they're getting it out wide again. It's that same player, number 29 for MK Dons. No foul, no foul. Good challenge there from McLaughlin. But Radoni starting, and from what I noticed, Radoni and Longman have been alternating. They've been, Longman starts one game, Radoni starts one game, and this is Radoni's, I believe, second start. His first start was against Hull, and he didn't really have the best performance in that particular affair. Missed a really, really crucial chance, actually, that could have put Wimbledon 1-0 up against Hull. And then Hull ended up getting the goal themselves. And then they took the 1-0 victory. It's funny because Wimbledon actually played very solid in that particular affair, but they lost. And then they played like shit against Blackpool and won. Of course, with the help of 2 red cards. But Blackpool, Blackpool were more dangerous when they were 1 man down and 2 men down, because Wimbledon kind of just sat off. And they didn't really create too many chances. They sat back defensively and invited pressure in typical Wimbledon fashion. They like to invite pressure naturally because, they naturally have 35% possession only per game. But they were more defensive. Ooh! That was a brilliant cross there from Piggott, making a run down the line, getting a cross over to Seddon. Seddon making a run. That's what I like to see from Seddon and McLaughlin. Seddon, though, that was a header. That was a good, 16, 17 yards out, but still got a very powerful header. Good save, to be fair. That was a very good save, but it's really hard to score a header from 16 yards out. But fair play to Seddon, making a run into the box there. Piggott finding him, and solid contact on the header. Corner kick for Wimbledon, and Hartigan taking the corner. I know he's one of our only consistent set piece takers, really. If it's anybody else other than Hartigan, they're just gonna kick it. They're just gonna get it like 5 feet in the air to the near post. So hopefully Hartigan can provide a good ball in here. He decided to play a floater, which is a good ball, but nobody got on the end of that. Aside from Terrell Thomas and Daniel Shuka, we don't really have too much of an aerial threat. Piggott at times wins the header, but it's only if he holds the player back first. He doesn't win too many headers where he's gonna jump over a center back. It's only if he holds the player back, or if he runs onto the header and does like a diving header or like an open header, but. Unfortunately, nobody was able to win the header there, but we still have possession of it. Piggott, yeah, he that was out, unfortunately. But this is what I like to see. This is what I like to see from the Dons. And yeah, I said the Dons, but they're both the Dons. Milton Keynes, they have the Dons on paper, and Wimbledon are the Dons in essence. Let's just say. Yeah, Milton Keynes are the Dons, are legally the Dons, but AFC Wimbledon are, in essence, the Dons. So, when I say the Dons, I'm referring to Wimbledon, because I am a fan of AFC Wimbledon. So, just going forward, if I ever say the Dons, I'm referring to AFC Wimbledon. So, and I also mentioned when I didn't realize I was not live in the first half. Wimbledon have a losing record against Milton Keynes Dons. If I'm not mistaken, Milton Keynes Dons have 3 or 4 wins against us versus our 2, and I think a couple of draws as well. And I don't think we've ever won at Stadium MK. So hopefully we can break that curse this time. Hopefully we can get our first win here at Stadium MK. I could be wrong, though. I don't know if they've ever won in Stadium MK. I'll check that in a second. But okay, I'll have time to look it up real quick as Milton Keynes Dons are just resetting. They're playing it back to their keeper. So Wimbledon have won twice. MK Dons have won 6 times. 3 in the Football League, 1 in the FA Cup, 2 in the Football League Cup. Wimbledon have won once in the Football League, and that was, I believe, the same season in which they got promoted from League 2 onto League 1. I remember it was a 2-0 victory. I didn't watch that game, but I watched highlights. And Lyle Taylor got the second goal, and the crowd just went berserk. That was their only Football League victory, though. So AFC Wimbledon are 2-1-6 against MK Dons, which is a terrible record. It is horrible. But I digress a little bit. Yeah, corner to Wimbledon here. We've had a few corners, quite a few corners so far, but we haven't been able to convert on any of them, unfortunately. Okay. Corner's taking a little bit of time to be taken here, but okay. Goes over the head of everybody, unfortunately, there. But yeah, I'll kind of, I'm not going to recreate my reaction, but I'll let you know how I thought after Wimbledon took the lead. They took the lead. I'm like, all right, 1-0 Wimbledon. Good goal. Very good goal. But then after that, I'm like, it's only a matter of time before they concede, right? Because, I mean, they do have 3 victories in the Football League. All of them 1-0 victories. So they haven't given the lead up in all their games, but whenever they do give up the lead, it's like within 5 minutes, typically. Okay, good interception here. Radoni making a run. Not a run, but he was trying to play it square there to Piggott, but unfortunately got it ahead of Piggott, so it wasn't really square now, was it? Yeah, unfortunately, bit of a wasted opportunity there. It was only a 2-on-3, really, for Wimbledon, so I'm not sure how much they could have created from that particular chance, but it was wasted. But anyway, yeah, I was like, it's only a matter of time before they concede, right? And when they did, I wasn't even upset. I was like, yep, expected. I expected that. But yeah, hopefully they can get another goal here. Ideally in stoppage time, because I feel like if they score before that, they're gonna be susceptible to conceding right after that again. But we'll see what happens. Oof. Okay. Good header there from Thomas. He's been, I like to call Terrell Thomas the Marshall of the back, because he's our only real consistent center back that we have. I mean, Kalambai, Choka, and O'Reilly, at times they're good, but notably O'Reilly. He typically, at times he gets beat pretty easily, or he overcommits to a challenge, and then they play a 1-2 around him. But Terrell Thomas, I call him the Marshall. Very consistent center back, also very good in the air. As Pickett tried to play it into Riley there, but Riley was just a little too far out of position there, caught offside. A little bit unfortunate there, because I will say Milton Keynes have they've been keeping a very good line this particular game. They've been catching Wimbledon offside a lot, and I'm not a big fan of offside traps really. Um, Offside traps, you're just asking to concede a counter attack, but if a team plays their cards right, offside traps are fairly effective. And Rodoni almost intercepted that ball there, but I was gonna say. Okay. Yeah, so 62 minutes into the match here. Oh, I should change that, by the way. Okay, hold on. I don't know how to change that, but let me change the format real quick. So yeah, it's gonna say 1 hour, 1 minute. It's the 61st minute. I'm using Snaz, and that's a very good tool to use if you're using OBS. It's a good countdown tool. Unfortunately, I haven't found a way to... hold on. Give me a second. Unfortunately, I haven't found a way to make the minutes count up to 60, 70, 80, 90. I'll do that for next stream. I'll find a way, but as I was trying to scramble to set up the stream, I couldn't find a way to do that. I'm having trouble here. Okay, so MK Dons find it out wide again, playing it back to the center. Wimbledon kind of holding strong defensively, having all 11 players behind the ball so far. But they get it out wide once again to, what's his name? Number 29 for MK Dons. He's been fairly dangerous. Luckily for him, tried to get across and deflected straight into the hands of Truman. I'm trying to set up the scoreboard here. Okay. Luckily, I will not have any more technical difficulties. But it's going to show... it's going to be hour, minute, second format, unfortunately, for this stream. But all right. Seddon getting it out to Chalka making a run forward. He likes to go forward at times. Hey! Free kick for Wimbledon. Okay. Right outside the edge of the 18 on the left-hand side. Dangerous position here. This is looking fairly solid. And so if we can get a decent ball into the box here, this could be dangerous. Maybe get it to the head of Thomas or maybe to the head of Piggott here. Yeah, this is looking fairly dangerous. But is Riley going to take this or Hardigan? That's the burning question. Do we want an in-swinger or out-swinger? I'm going to say in-swinger, and in-swinger would be more effective here. You know what, actually? I was going to say he could bend it around that right-hand side of the wall, but they were smart enough because one of the players is really short. I'm like, okay, Hardigan could just bend it around him. Ooh, that was going in the bottom corner, actually, but one of the Milton Keynes players heads it away. That was bending into the bottom corner. Okay. Seddon, a little bit of a low cross there, yeah. Unfortunately, nobody was able to get a touch onto that. Counter attack for MK Dons. It looks like it's going to be a 3-on-3 now. They're out on the right-hand side. Seddon making the tackle. Very heavy touch there, which is luckily for Seddon there. Very, very heavy touch from... I couldn't get the name, but they can breathe a sigh of relief there, luckily for them. I think it was from Houghton. Oh, that's a 1-2. Nothing. No. Yeah, Milton Keynes have been very dangerous. They've been playing a lot of 1-2s, mainly to number 29 out wide, Sornola. Sornola played a pass, cut inside. But, yeah, no. Not enough on that. McLaughlin just kind of out-muscled him. Maybe there was a little bit of an arm there, but I don't think he extended it. I think, yeah, not enough there. McLaughlin has been super solid defensively, not just in this particular game, but in the season overall. he's been our fourth defender, really, but he's also been one of our. He's been our fourth defender, but also our third attacker because we play a 3-5-2. He's been up and down the field constantly. That's what I like to see. McLaughlin has been. I love him a lot. I like him a lot. I said I love him a lot, but that's because I'm a little bit biased to Wimbledon because I'm a Wimbledon fan. But I like to hype up the players, especially the big three and McLaughlin, Piggott, and Thomas. Most consistent players. I'd say Woodyard too should be up there too. Woodyard, he's a good passer of the ball. Also gets back defensively too. So. He can certainly make his way into the AFC Wimbledon Mount Rushmore. Maybe not Mount Rushmore, but current Mount Rushmore. If we're talking about AFC Wimbledon Mount Rushmore, we gotta have Danny Kedwell in there. Danny Kedwell, the hero of the fifth. I forgot what the name of the fifth tier was, but the playoff final to get them promoted to the Football League, and not just the penalty. Not just that penalty, but overall, Danny Kedwell was a hell of a player. And he definitely has to make his way into the Mount Rushmore. And I'd say Joe Piggott eventually will be in the Mount Rushmore of AFC Wimbledon players as well. Joe Piggott has been, he's been the spirit of this team. Or he's been, not the spirit, but the mascot, I'd say, of AFC Wimbledon over the years. Aside from Akinfenwa back in 2016, 2017, Akinfenwa was our mascot really, but other than that, it's been Joe Piggott who's been the main attraction for the club throughout the years. And I'm a huge simp for Piggott. That's another good ball from MK Dons into the feet of Sorinola there, but Sorinola just hits it wide. Fortunately, Sorinola has been the most dangerous player for Milton Keynes Dons so far. Of course, their goal coming from this certain individual named Frazier. It was a good 1-2 from Milton Keynes Dons. Low cross into the box. Frazier easy tap in. But yeah, Milton Keynes. I was gonna say they haven't really created too many chances in the first half, but the second half they've come out guns blazing, and I'm a little bit worried right now. Because these past 10 minutes have been all Milton Keynes. So hopefully Wimbledon can hang on to this lead. They do have a good record away from home so far this season. 2-1-1. The draw coming against Burton Albion. Very winnable game. They let that one slip. The loss coming against Hull in a game they played fairly well in. Unfortunately didn't get the result that they wanted. Especially with Rodoni missing a really clear chance too in his first start for the season after coming back on loan. But Rodoni's been playing decent so far in this particular affair, aside from that one wasted opportunity where he tried to play it square to Piggott, but just it wasn't even square. It was kind of ahead of him on a 3-on-3 counterattack opportunity. But for the most part, Rodoni has been fairly solid in this particular affair. My voice just cracked twice, actually. I think that's a sign. I need to drink some water real quick, so... That's been a constant issue for me. I like to commentate Mario Kart Wii matches. I'm in a competitive Mario Kart scene, and I like to commentate. I'm part of a media team where I commentate quote-unquote esports. Mario Kart Wii is not an esport, let's be honest, but my voice tends to crack a lot whenever I cast those matches. And it's because I don't drink too much. I don't drink enough water. Like, that's an issue I've had over the years. I don't drink enough water, really, so... Back to the game. 69th or 70th minute here. Callum Bite. Yeah, way too much on that pass there. He tried to find Chislett, but okay. By the way, Chislett did come in there. I didn't notice that. He did come in for Rodoni. I mentioned Rodoni's playing okay so far, but he got subbed out for Chislett. Yeah, he's been playing okay. There was one play that he made in the first half where Callum Bailly cleared the ball out, and then he held the ball up and then touched it around the defender. It was running down the line, but the defender held him back, forced a yellow card. But other than that, he's been okay. He hasn't stood out. So I guess that's the reason why they put Chislett in over Rodoni. And I did mention that Chislett is very good off the bench. I feel like while he shouldn't be on the bench every game, I feel like he should. You know, Hardigan should be prioritized over Chislett, I'd say. And Chislett can come in, to provide fresh legs. He's a very youthful individual, very pacey, not pacey, but very agile. He's very quick on the ball, has a very good touch, so very dangerous coming off the bench. But yeah, I've consistently had only 1 to 2 viewers so far this stream, which is fine. I mean, I don't expect to be super popular or anything because let's be honest, League One isn't that well covered, and I noticed that a lot of teams in League One have at least one fan that they have live streams or they have reaction videos or whatever. AFC Wimbledon, from what I've seen, doesn't have any of those YouTubers, so I kind of want to be. That's a good ball for. Okay. Another through ball. Another opportunity for MK Dons in which they play a ball behind. And number 35 for MK Dons. What's his name? Jerome, yeah. One of their strikers. They played the ball into Jerome. Jerome cut him back inside. Tried to play a low cross in. But luckily, Kalambai got his foot to that one. Got the ball clear. That was another scary opportunity, another scary moment right there for the Dons. And when I say the Dons, I'm talking about AFC Wimbledon. But yeah, that's a cause for concern, certainly, is their defensive lapses. But they have an opportunity here. They have the ball with Woodyard. And McLaughlin tried to play it ahead, but in reality, it was just a forced clearance there. Oh, good touch there from Piggott. Kind of backheeled it over to Woodyard, who was trying to make a run, but ball goes out wide to McLaughlin now. Oh. It was a bit of an outside mid to outside mid exchange there. McLaughlin against Sorinola. Sorinola gets his foot on that. Corner kick for Wimbledon now. They've had a lot of corner kicks, but they haven't been able to convert. They haven't won very many headers so far in these offensive set pieces. Here we go. Not the best corner. That was a little bit too low. Near post. The player on the near post just headed it away there for Milton Keynes. Another ball played in from Woodyard, a little too high up. Yeah. Now MK Dons are looking to break here. Okay, the play dies out a little bit, but Sornola still has the ball here over to Houghton, the center mid there. Making a good run forward, actually. The ball goes out wide. Oh, okay. Yeah, they were looking to cross, but then they played it back to the center mid. Back out wide to Poole. But, yeah, Chislett sticking out his boot there. Throw in for MK Dons. Poole is supposed to be a left mid, but he's on the right-hand side now. And by the way, I'm just looking at the team sheets right now. I don't know too much about Milton Keynes as a whole. I don't know too much about their players. So if I ever say their names, it's just because I'm looking at a team sheet right now. Just so that I don't say, number 5 for Milton Keynes, number 29 for Milton Keynes. Okay. Chislett to Woodyard. Chaka tried to play it ahead to set him there, but this has been a common theme these last 15 minutes. Is Wimbledon tried to play a ball forward, but it's way too much weight on the passes from the likes of Chaka and Kalambai trying to get it out from the back. Unfortunately. Chaka actually had a really good assist on Wimbledon's goal. Chaka played it forward to Pigott, who was making a run down the center, and Pigott with a brilliant first touch, setting him up to run into goal and just dribble the keeper. Easy finish, but of course Wimbledon gave the lead away a few minutes later. But that was a really good ball from Chaka. Unfortunately, that wasn't the same just about a minute ago when he tried to play it forward to Seddon. Okay, Pigott wins the flick. I thought that might have been a foul, but when Callum Riley was trying to hold up the play, but no foul given. They still have the ball though. Ooh, McLaughlin tried to do a little bit of a Techers move there, tried to touch it around the defender. Throw in though, still for Wimbledon. Good ball from Hartigan over to McLaughlin out wide. Tries to get it in. Set in. Couldn't get his head on it. Pigott. Oh, Pigott had good contact on that volley. Not good enough, though, but, it was a side-footed effort. It's hard to connect with your side foot onto a volley there. Great save from the goalkeeper, palming it out wide, and then Pigott gets another opportunity, but that shot straight at the keeper. Good opportunity. Oh. I would have liked to see Pigott just lace that, put your laces through, put your foot through that. But Pigott tried to place it. Unfortunately, didn't get enough contact on it. I said it was good contact. It was good contact for a side footer, but I would have liked to seen a laced effort there from Pigott. But now, another 1-2 from Milton Keynes there. It's been a recurring theme. 1-2 behind the Wimbledon back three. Luckily, nothing comes of that opportunity. Whew. Seddon overcommits to that tackle. Game's heating up now. Game is really heating up. Okay. We only used one sub so far, and that was Chislett for Redoni. I would like to see another substitution here. Maybe Longman. I'd say. Well, I mean, we already saw Chislett coming in for Redoni, so I mean, I don't think we'd see Longman coming in here, but neither will Ollie Palmer really, because I mean they could come in for Joe Pigott. Either or. Maybe we could see Ollie Palmer coming in for Pigott. Maybe play that target man type role, because the last 10 to 15 minutes have been Wimbledon trying to play these long balls over the top. Maybe have someone like Ollie Palmer to hold it down and try to find Chislett on the run, or Seddon or McLaughlin on the run potentially. Ollie Palmer had a very good game last time out when he came in for the last 15 minutes or so, but of course Ollie Palmer is not too much of an established player yet. He hasn't played higher than League Two apart from this season, so hopefully he'll establish himself a little bit more. Maybe work his way into the lineups going into the future. Same for Longman though. I mean they're pretty much rotating players. Redoni one game, Longman one game, and maybe Ollie Palmer coming in every now and again as a substitute. But I don't want to see Pigott come out because I'm a simp for Pigott, but maybe we can see that substitution being made. Pigott for Palmer, Pigott for Longman, potentially. Another long ball, by the way, that was over the head of everybody. It's been a common theme so far for Wimbledon in this second half. I don't think this game's gonna end 1-1. I feel like there's gonna be a goal for either side. Both teams are starting to find their rhythm here. Mainly Milton Keynes though. This second half has been mainly controlled by them with a lot of plays down the wing or 1-2. They've been playing a lot of 1-2 combinations, and Wimbledon, with the occasional opportunity in the second half, playing on the counter as they usually do. They like to sit back, invite pressure. But I feel like this game will end 2-1 to either side. Well, if Wimbledon score, you know what? You can make a good argument it'll end 2-2 because they'll probably concede another one. Every time they score, it seems they concede a goal 5 minutes later. But I'm gonna say 2-1 for either side. I don't know who, but I feel like a goal is in the cards here. Yeah, Milton Keynes on the corner kick there just played a low corner to the top of the 18, and the ball was bouncing. To be fair to Jerome there, it was a very, very hard ball to catch on the volley there. But luckily for Truman and for Wimbledon, that chance was wasted. So now, still no substitution coming in from Wimbledon. They've only used one so far. I think they're pretty content with the roster that they have right now, or with the lineup that they have right now. Okay. Okay. Damn it, I tried to rotate my phone, but it didn't work. Because I have my headphone cable on this side. I tried to turn it this way, but it's okay. Anyway, 83rd minute here. Okay. Nah. Both teams are giving it away really cheaply. I'm like, okay, Milton Keynes just gave it away cheaply once again, but Woodyard couldn't find an opening. Tried to backheel it over to Riley, but could have just played a simple ball, really. Didn't have to backheel that. Ooh. Low cross coming in from Milton Keynes, and Kalambai whiffed the clearance, so it just bounced off Thomas. Now it's a corner for Milton Keynes. A little bit scrappy. Yeah, Wimbledon have been very scrappy this second half. They played decently the first half, aside from that goal that they conceded. Very, very poor defensive lapse. But the second half, they created a couple chances, but other than that, really, they haven't been very potent. Defensively, of course, another issue that I am concerned about. Luckily, that header went over the bar. Sorry, this is a late response, actually, because I just saw the chat right now. But do I have a like on which to stream the match? No, I do not. If I do, I'm gonna get a copyright claim. Because EFL is very strict with their copyright. Oh, Truman just completely whiffed that clearance. But yeah, EFL's very strict with their copyright claims. I showed bits and clips of the AFC Wimbledon versus Blackpool game in my previous reaction video, but even that got a copyright claim. Even though I only showed bits and pieces and I put it in the corner of the screen, still got a copyright claim for that. And even if I don't stream on YouTube, even if I were to stream like on Twitch or something or any of the streaming service, I feel like it's just it's not good. Copyright claims are never good. I may get my Twitch channel taken down or something if I were to stream these games. So unfortunately, I'm only relegated to just showing my facial reactions right now. So oh my God, another dangerous opportunity there for Milton Keynes. Luckily, Jerome, it was hip height, and he tried to get his foot on that, but completely lifted. Yeah, he got his right foot to that. Tried to kung fu kick it with the outside of his right foot, but didn't get contact on that. Luckily for Wimbledon there. But yeah, To answer your question, I have no means of streaming this match really. Otherwise, I'm gonna get in trouble. Yeah, I mentioned this already, but Wimbledon have a terrible record against Milton Keynes. Uh, 2 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw, and it's about to be 2 draws very shortly. Hardigan tries to get it over. Yeah, I feel like fuck. I was gonna say that this game was gonna end 2-1 because this game was heating up, but now it's sort of petered out in these last 5 minutes. I think we may see Wimbledon try to park the bus now and try to just go for the 1 point. Unfortunately, I was really hoping they'd get the win today, especially with a team against a team like Milton Keynes, where they're not the best defensively, if I'm honest, but unfortunately they were not able to. Oh no. Ooh, okay, flags up, flags up. Okay, another dangerous opportunity for Milton Keynes there. But yeah, the MK Don's defense isn't the best. Of course, our defense isn't the best as we've seen in the second half. They've got caught out a lot with those 1-2s and those through balls. But I would have liked to see Wimbledon score at least 2 today against Milton Keynes' defense, who are also suspect in their own right. But you know what? I'll take a draw. A draw here will secure them, I think, 11th on the table. Just based on the live results right now. Fleetwood 2-0 up against who's that? I can't see, but yeah, Fleetwood 2-0 up against Oxford. Doncaster 1-0 up against Lincoln City, actually, who were at the top of the table before this game. Ooh, McLaughlin putting pressure now. Okay. Hardigan has the ball here out wide to Woodyard. That's a foul, is it not? Okay, I think the referee's just playing advantage. Okay, Wimbledon are just keeping on this right-hand side. They're not able to find anybody down the middle. Okay, that's a good ball to Woodyard, but he's offside. Milton Keynes has been catching Wimbledon offside quite a bit so far in this particular affair, and the offside trap has been working. I'm not a big fan of offside trap in general, but when it's played right, it's very effective. And Wimbledon have not been able to adapt. Yeah, I think they're just going to stick with the draw here. They're going to stick with the point. It's away from home. It's at Milton Keynes. Just take the point and go. But yeah, if they lose, it's not going to be terrible for them in the league standing because they're only going to lose 1 point. But Milton Keynes will come up the rear because they're on 9 points right now if you're looking at the live result. And then they'll come up. They'll be on Wimbledon's tail if they win here. So McLaughlin out, defending very well there, deflecting the cross. Not the best clearance in the world, although it was a bicycle kick clearance, so there's only so much you can do with that. 4 minutes of stoppage time here. I think that favors Milton Keynes more because they have the momentum. Really, I shouldn't say it's been all Milton Keynes the second half, but they have definitely had the lion's share of opportunities. They just got to hold on. The Dons, Wimbledon just got to hold on. Ooh, okay. Number 4 there for Milton Keynes is distraught. What's his name? Keogh? Richard Keogh? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right. Yeah, Truman's just gonna delay the goal kick. Just gonna delay it here. Piggott on the hold up here. Very good first touch. Gets around the defender. Tries to find somebody. Does find Hardigan. Hardigan gets it out wide to McLaughlin. McLaughlin has been dangerous this particular game. And he's always dangerous, really, but gets it over to Woodyard. No, oh, okay. That was good defending there from Lewington, but did go down a little easy, I'd say there. I will say, did go down a little easy, but draws the foul. The defender gets the benefit of the doubt there. And good idea, though. Good idea from McLaughlin to play it out wide there to Woodyard, but Lewington was on top of that. Okay. I think Kalambai is going to make a run. Not a run, but he's going to... Okay. Hey, foul. Okay. Free kick for Wimbledon. Yellow card. All right. Yellow card for... What's his name? Daniel Harvey. Okay. Daniel Harvey. Came in not too long ago. Substituted, I believe, about 20 minutes ago. But minute left into the game here. Dying moments of the game. Hopefully Wimbledon can maybe scrape a win here. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. Piggott. He's going to hold it up a little bit in the corner here. Try to... Maybe somebody can make a run for him. Ah, it's off Piggott. Ah, damn. Good defending again from Lewington. Piggott just threw the ball into the stands, bro. He's not having any of it. He's like, nope. We're coming away with the draw. But, yeah, I'll take a draw. I'm not going to be super excited. I'm not going to be like, yes, we didn't lose to Milton Keynes. But, you know, it's a point away from home. It's fine, you know, especially since Milton Keynes are a potential relegation candidate, you know. You don't want them to come up the rear. You don't want them to come up out of the relegation zone and catch up to Wimbledon, you know. Oof. Yeah, referee's got to blow the whistle now. Come on. Nothing. That is the final whistle, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1. Overall, my impressions of the game, fairly neutral, really. I'm not too upset. I'm not disappointed. I'm not happy. You know, it's okay. And on paper, a draw will make me feel neutral. But sometimes draws, you know, if you get a last-minute equalizer after playing like shit, you're going to be like, yes, we came away. We escaped. Or if you play well, but then the other team scores a goal in the last minute, you're like, oh, fuck, that draw felt like a loss. Neutral. I'm neutral today. First half, Wimbledon got the better of MK Dons, but not by much. It was a fairly boring half, I'd say. Wimbledon created a couple more chances. Milton Keynes didn't really have any clear-cut chances, really, aside from their goal. Second half, it was all Milton Keynes, I'd say. Well, not all, but most Milton Keynes. They found their way into the back line quite a few times. And I will say, who's that? For number 29 for Milton Keynes, Sornola. Matthew Sornola was their most dangerous player today. He didn't convert on some of the... He had a couple of chances to hit it at goal or to cross it in, but he had a couple of times... There were a couple of moments in which he didn't hit it on target. I mean, 9 shots, 1 on target for Milton Keynes. A little bit fortunate for Wimbledon to come away like that, but Wimbledon actually dominated in the shots department and the shots on target department. 10 shots, 5 on target for Wimbledon. Of course, 30% possession, as expected. They like to sit back, generally speaking. But... yeah, Milton Keynes didn't... They weren't clinical. which is good. I'm good. I'm happy for that. They were not clinical with their chances that they were presented. That the chances that presented themselves, they weren't clinical with, but they found themselves, behind that Wimbledon back line on several occasions. Very scary stuff. But the second half dominated to a certain extent by Milton Keynes. A couple of opportunities coming on the hands of Wimbledon as well, especially with Joe Pigott, that cross coming in. He hit it on the volley. Side-footed, though. I would have liked to seen that laced. It was a good shot for what it was with the side foot. It was to the left-hand side of the goal. Not powerful enough, though, as the keeper was able to palm it away. But I don't think Wimbledon had any other real clear-cut chances in that particular half. They had 2 or 3 good chances overall. The rest of the shots on target were right at the goalkeeper. But, it's a good point away from home. And as for individual performances, I'm going to single out a couple of players here. McLaughlin, very good as always. I know I talk very highly about McLaughlin in all my videos and my live stream today. I talk very highly on him. He wasn't as dangerous in this game as he was in other games, but there were a couple of times in which he got behind the defense, played a couple of dangerous balls into the box. Actually had a header. He actually made a run into the box and had a header of his own. Just threw his body into the line. And that header was going bottom corner on the far post, but then it deflected off the defender from a corner. But McLaughlin did fairly well. Defensively, I think, aside from the times in which the back three got caught out, I think Thomas, of course, had a decent game as always, winning a lot of headers. Tara Thomas, fairly consistent defender. Callum Bailly got beat quite a few times today, whether it was a 1-2 or got beat in the air, unfortunately, and not the best performance from Callum Bailly once again, coming in for Luke O'Neill, who did get injured last time out against Blackpool. It wasn't the best performance in the world. It was a better performance than the Blackpool performance. That was god-awful. They took it really lightly after the red cards. They didn't play with any vigor, with any passion. This game, they played better, but defensively, still a worry going into the future. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about this particular game. It wasn't a loss, which I'm happy for, and Wimbledon are still hard stuck in the middle of the table, but that's a lot better than what most people thought they would perform. A lot of people thought they'd be relegated, just based on some of the predictions I saw on YouTube, which I felt was very harsh, because Wimbledon were very aggressive on the transfer window, and I feel like they shouldn't have been placed as low, or they shouldn't have been predicted as low as they were. But hopefully they can keep their standing in the middle of the table, maybe even make a push for the top 6. I know that's very speculative and very very crazy of me to say, but they have the potential to challenge that top 6 if they can just be more consistent defensively and maybe be a little bit more clinical with their chances. But thank you guys for coming out. Next time out, they're going to be playing against Doncaster Rovers, fairly strong side, although they lost their last 2 games. So hopefully Wimbledon can capitalize on their poor form as of late, and I believe that's going to be the very first game at Plough Lane. Yeah, very first game at Plough Lane against Doncaster. We're going to be making history here, lads. We are returning to Plough Lane, our home. Hopefully they can get a win there. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out. See you guys next time.